Welcome! We're playing Pathfinder still.
Again,
We do
finally.
this sometimes.
Sure. Uh,
Perfect, no notes.
yep. Welcome to episode 6 of Sky King's Tomb, or 18 by Jordan Reckoning. Um, I'm glad it's 12. Like, it's a sane number, is the number of sessions we did before. Like, if it was like 15, I'd be like, I can never remember that. 14 would suck. But 12 is a really nice number. Anyway, today is episode 6, and last time you planned a coup, and today you're going to do a coup?
We be cooing.
Okay.
We're going to attempt a coup.
Sure. We got a resub from Aren. Thanks. And we got a resub from Jordan.
Show off. Where's Matt? Come on. Do
63
it.
I was gonna
months.
say I did mine last time. What's going on here? It's been
Jordan
like 3 weeks.
remained subbed during our 21-month hiatus.
Suck it, bitch.
I remained subbed as long as it was financially feasible.
Fair. Fair and balanced.
I dropped from a tier 3 to a tier 1, so that's how I.
It kept your streak, so
Oh, see, that's reason. I could have done that sooner, and it would have been fine.
Anyway, so yeah, you met Saul, the Zolgath warrior who is chained to a rock to die, presumably. Saved his life, and then plotted to kill the religious leader of his clutch. And the plot involved talking to I'm gonna call it a sentient ritual altar, which you know is some kind of shapeshifter. I don't remember exactly how much you know about it.
Um, it's got a consciousness and it's not a mindless eating machine. That was like our concern is like, oh, if anything happens, we're if we put Baroom on it, it's just gonna eat. But it seems to be interested in more than that. It has
Yeah.
a rationale, reasoning,
Yeah, and a vendetta.
vendetta.
Um, so at the end of last session, I think I kind of rushed through it because I was like, okay, this is a good place to end, and I don't have the details firmly lodged in my brain, but I still want to end it here. So I'm just gonna sort of rewind 2 minutes and redo it, which is that Baroom, you march triumphantly into the Zolgath camp, carefree as you can be,
Yes.
are taken prisoner, and then the disembodied voice booms from the ceiling directly above the altar, demanding a sacrifice. And given that Baroom just so conveniently wandered into camp ever so recently, Baroom is prepared as the sacrifice. You are hooded, and you are manacled, and you are roughly shoved to the ritual stone. The rest of you can see while this is going on, because Baroom is, black bagged. The rest of you can see that the entire ravening, that's the name for a group of, like, the clutch is like the family unit, but the ravening is like a war band. Um, the entire group of Zolgaths starts following one Zolgath that is very clearly some kind of priest, mostly because of the robes, question mark. They have drapey leathers instead of loincloth leathers like everyone else, including this like stitched hide mask that covers most of their face, allowing their bulging, glowing yellow eyes to shine through. Notably, though, two of the Zolgaths head off a different direction towards a more intact stone building sort of embedded in the wall between these two locations, and sort of disappear inside, and shortly thereafter emerge with a... I'm trying to think of an animal to compare it to. It's not quite horse-sized, but it's bigger than dog-sized. Let's say Great Dane-sized. A Great Dane-sized 8-legged lizard. With stony yellow skin. Although you can't tell what color it is because you're colorblind.
We're only colorblind because we can see in the dark.
Right.
Are there not torches, like around the village and stuff?
There are, but it does not pass through the torchlight on its way.
Okay.
So the 3 + 2 halves of you hiding in the rubble, witnessing the events, see the 2 handlers guiding this lizard over to the ritual altar, where it's lizard, ritual altar, Hrolkaz, pit. Just sort of in that order from left to right in your from your perspective. Tsal is closer to you, as are a few of the other Zolgaths. I have chosen to represent the entire Ravening with a single token to simplify things. There's going to be a bunch of infighting, probably.
You didn't want to move like 15 little tokens?
I really didn't. There are, in fact, 24 of them. I believe it's specifically 25 of them.
Well, that'd be so good. We could all just sit there, take bathroom break, come back, and you'd still be moving the little...
Yeah, no, pass. Thanks. If anybody would like to do any kind of recalling of knowledge, now would be a good time.
Baroom's only able to recall knowledge based off of what they can hear, I suppose, from this.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any distinctive sounds that could even prompt a recall knowledge? Like, I would like to, but I don't even know what on.
So,
like, what?
So one of the issues is that you can't even do it like cued off of things that are being said because everything is being spoken in a language you don't understand.
Are they all speaking in? They're not speaking in Sackbroth?
They are not. They are speaking in Draconic. And notably, the booming voice from the ceiling was in Common.
Okay.
Languages, motherfucker.
P for party.
None
of us speak Draconic. That's a weird...
Right? So yeah, if anyone would like to recall knowledge or sense motive on the crowd to get a sense of, how swayed they've been.
Can I recall knowledge with cave lore?
I'll allow it.
Cool.
This is a secret.
Find GM.
Yep. Okay.
That's a number.
All right. What question would you like to ask?
What is this thing?
What is this thing?
The horse dog.
Yeah.
Lizard.
The horse dog lizard is a basilisk.
Oh, fun.
And I am just going to share the art.
bro. They made them look cool in Pathfinder. They look like kind of like what are the push-up lizards called? Everyone has a pet. No, they're everyone's pet.
I have no idea.
Dragons, bearded dragons.
Bearded dragons?
Sure. So, that's that. It is a basilisk. I feel like I should give you more than just its name. But like the information that I'm going to give you is probably things that you can surmise from its existence and from its name. But basilisks are a subterranean reptilian creature that have beast-like intellect and petrify their victims with a gaze attack. And then eat them.
Okay, I was gonna say we did not see any statues of people or persons.
Oh, also there's a huge 100-foot diameter bottomless pit right here. So like easy disposal of humanoid statue. But yeah, gaze attack. I will point out that there is an action in Pathfinder called Avert Gaze, which gives you a +2 circumstance bonus to saving throws against gaze attacks until the start of your next turn.
Wait, whoa. Avert Gaze just doesn't give you immunity?
It also doesn't make you blind. You can close your fucking eyes, and then you'd be blinded.
But immune.
But immune. Or you can avert gaze and just carefully not look where it's dangerous to look.
And just hope with a +2 circumstance bonus that you guess right about where it could be.
Yep.
Okay. That level of nuance is useful, but also...
I'm actually not even certain that the rules support just closing your eyes and becoming blind, but that seems reasonable.
To the sheet!
I don't even think I want that on the sheet. I'm making that ruling. You can close your eyes and willingly become blinded, and then gaze doesn't affect you.
Well, then never mind the sheet.
Hang on. Okay, blinded. You can't see normal terrain. Visual effect. A visual effect can only affect creatures that can see it. Yeah, so the blinded condition does, as written, make you immune to visual effects. And
gaze attacks have the visual tag.
Gaze attacks have the visual tag, yeah.
It's like using bits of rope to make yourself immune to things that have the auditory trait. Okay, that makes sense. They made it more complicated, and it makes more sense there. Therefore, it makes more sense, but yeah. Okay. So what is having a head in a bag? Blind?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Well, sorry, to clarify. How good is this bag?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah. Given the circumstances, if the basilisk is the method of execution, you're probably going to be positioned such that your eyes are lined up, and then the bag will be quickly removed. But Baroom knows none of this.
I don't know that. I just know that, shit's happening. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So, as the group's coming in, could Archie try to gauge, are they all cool? How many seem like... Can he tell if any have been turned to help us?
Mm-hmm.
How many are prepared to foment revolution?
Right. So that's going to be sense motive. So that's going to be a secret perception check.
And fetch be turned to stone?
Ooh. Can fetch be petrified?
Fetch does not have immunity to anything, number one. Not even bleed damage. But I feel like probably...
You can freeze him. You can freeze rocks.
Not that I would know. I've never come across a circumstance where my pet rock might be turned to stone.
Okay. Archie, you get the sense that about half this crowd is itching. Like, there's an uncomfortable amount of hands, like, hovering over weapons. They are doing a terrible job of hiding this.
But also, no one's perceptive enough.
Yeah. They're, yeah.
Okay.
Before we start this, would I be able to cast a spell? They probably can hear, so never mind.
They would very
Won't
much
do
be
that.
able to hear spellcasting.
Never mind.
That said, you can continue to attempt to recall knowledge. So if you wanted to get a sense of Prolkaz, further your sense of what the fuck the shapeshifter might be, or even ask more questions about the basilisk. The ritual starts with speaking. There are no immediate violent overtones. So, like, you've got time to rack your brain.
What is the thing for sense motive? Perception.
Mm-hmm.
Can I attempt to sense the motive of specifically the two that are leading the basilisk to see which side they might be on?
Sure.
Oh. Like, whose side is the basilisk about to be on?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. They are not quite, but practically slobbering, staring at Baroom. They're not going to be any help. And likely neither will the basilisk.
Baroom doesn't even look like a tasty mushroom. I didn't make them a porcini. Like, it's like...
Well...
At the best case scenario, your tongue will glow a little bit blue in the dark after eating. Oh, you see it, Jada, my tongue? Is my tongue glowing? How did I talk to the altar? Was it psychically? Or emotionally, or what's the...
The Huzawa?
The altar. How was Baroom talking to the altar?
In common?
I think it was verbally.
Oh,
was it verbally out loud?
Yeah, so you were trying to think at it, and nothing happened, so you spoke out loud and it responded.
Understood. I remembered trying, assuming it was a magic altar that would, have god psychic powers.
Yeah. So I believe you started the conversation in Sackfroth, and you asked something along the lines of, like, are you Zivzeb?
Yeah.
And it replied, in common, why do you know the secret name?
Yes. Okay. Yes, indeedy.
But aloud.
It was all aloud.
Yeah, there are just noises coming from not a mouth.
Well, that's not helpful.
Not so much. Does anyone have any further preparations before I continue?
I, Aren, do not recall I believe we assumed it would be suspicious, so Baroom left all their like a well armored mushroom would be suspicious.
Mm.
So Baroom is unarmed in a bag, or what? To what level did I leave my shit with you guys? Do we recall?
I believe
don't
you
recall.
left your equipment behind.
I know that I left some. I just didn't remember if I left
I
all.
believe it was the sword and shield. Specifically.
Okay, because I'm still in my character sheet. I'm still wielding the Spore Shepherd staff.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that we could just agree. Yeah, Baroom has that.
I think Rollcaz is probably holding that right now.
Son of a bitch.
Also, your hands are manacled, but you have a significant length of chain, so it would not disrupt your ability to spellcast.
What do they put you in mittens or something for that? Probably.
What are they called? Thumb screws. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Thumb screws are torturous.
Yeah. As they're going by, see what Archie can remember about basilisks. Like,
Okay.
if there's any particular weakness or easy way to deal with them.
Okay. Sure. Give me a Arcana or Nature or Pitch a Lore.
I think Arcana's good. Archie's got Arcana.
Okay. Sadly, despite knowing about basilisks, you don't know how to beat them. Not something you've ever thought you needed to deal with.
Yeah, you read a book about them one time. It's like, wow, these are really cool. The equivalent of watching.
Yeah, which means that, Archie, you are no longer allowed to recall knowledge about basilisks.
He watched a Discovery Channel special on him one time.
Pathfinder David Attenborough.
It was like while you were falling asleep, so like you saw the first few minutes and everything else was just a blur.
Nature documentaries don't tell you how to kill their subjects.
Grom, would you like to make follow-up checks?
I would like to know if we have to deal with it, what the best way to deal with it would be.
Okay.
Ideally, we wouldn't have to deal with it, but...
Okay. Alrighty. So... It's only... It's not dangerous, aside from the gaze, but the gaze is by far its most dangerous feature. So if you avoid getting petrified, that's a good way to not die. And then as for killing it, they're beefy, but slow.
They run away in zigzags. Or something, I don't know.
No, run away in a straight line.
Alright, I'm thinking gators.
Are gators bad at turning?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Good to know.
Very fast, straight line.
Yeah.
They are too fast. It's illegal. It's too fast. It's not allowed.
What I was getting at is low reflex.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Any other preparations?
So with spells,
Yep.
They would with the oral component, like when you cast it, does everything have an oral component? Or only if it says?
It is assumed that spellcasting is loud and bright and obvious. It's not something you can do
Okay.
in secret unless you have some ability that lets you do so in secret. There aren't any secret spells, as far as I'm aware.
Okay. Just checking to make sure I can't use Evil Eye on
Oh, I did
someone
just
without
find
them.
there's a tag. There's a tag if it has the subtle tag.
Oh, cool.
Because I just was looking at my spells to see message has the subtle tag and hover the tooltip can be cast without incantations and doesn't have obvious manifestations.
Great.
So someone
Alright.
could message me the secrets that they've been learning.
Yep. Interestingly, message also doesn't have the manipulate trait.
Yeah. Oh, fuck it. Then Baroom would have been messaging this whole time. Sorry.
Absolutely.
I know the pile of rocks that my group is in.
Yep.
I know that I share a language with the altar. Baroom would have shot a message over to the altar at some point, like, "Hey, we have a deal. You ready?" Like something to that effect.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
Not only gonna fuck me, you're gonna eat all of the Zolgats.
Zolgas.
You're gonna eat all the Zolgats that we defeat today.
So the reply that you get, I need to remember this thing has non-negative intelligence because my natural inclination is to just like skip verbs, skip adjectives, just skip articles. Just why say many word when few word do trick. But it replies, I don't know how you're talking in my head, but yeah, I want to eat this bitch.
Not in the head. It's wherever. I don't need to know where its ear holes are
Gross.
to send a message to it. That's how lizards are. They don't have it. Well, if it's a lizard, it will have a visible external ear hole.
Yeah.
And then yeah, Baroom would
Also,
have been.
I don't think this thing would actually make reference to its head. But
Yeah.
I don't know how you're talking to me, and everyone's cool with it. But like, okay.
Yeah, and then Baroom would be messaging. Would be messaging Archie and not Fetch, I suppose, because I don't know that Baroom knows if Fetch can talk. But yeah, Crohan, what's going on? What's happening? Sorry, it's only just now reading about like, oh, can we cast things that I discovered that trait? Whoops.
I love it. That's great. I legitimately just said, I am not aware of any spells that you can cast subtly, and there's a fucking subtle tag.
Subtle tag.
Is this like 5th edition message where we can respond?
Yes.
Yes, it does have. It does not say a quantity. It just says brief response as a reaction or a free action on their next turn if they wish. But they must be able to see you and be within range.
Yeah. It
doesn't say I have to see you.
That's just that's implied by the spellcasting rules. You don't have to see them, but you do need line of effect. Technically, you need to make a flat check because you're blinded, and you're targeting a hidden creature. No,
they're not hidden. I know where they are. They're not hit. Oh wait, what's their?
We are hidden.
You know
You're
which
not
square
hidden.
they're in.
That's exactly what hidden means, isn't it?
Yeah, you know which square they're in, but you can't see exactly where in that square. So yeah, there would be it's DC 11, Jesus. But the thing is, it's a cantrip, and this thing is going on for minutes, and you have plenty of time to just keep using it. So
what's going on? Hey guys, what's going on? What's going on?
why aren't you responding? Just sending message at rock. Fuck. One of these days, I'll get the hole in the fucking rock.
Wrong pebble.
You just got your finger on the thing for the walkie-talkie, so we can't get a word in.
Yes.
Why aren't you talking to me? Why am I all alone?
You didn't run away, did you?
Meanwhile, you're aggressively whispering, "Just fucking say over already." I'm waiting for you to say over so I can respond.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, I'm just messaging blindly until I get a response. And yes, it doesn't even have a character or anything else limit. Just brief response.
Cool.
Briefly explain about the basilisk, and if they move to take the hood off of your head, you should probably close your eyes.
Okay.
It's pretty smart. Pretty smart. So the
Does alteration the altar know about basilisks? Like,
does who what?
does the altar? I was trying to come up with a good name for an altar, and nothing came to mind.
It has a name.
It's Zivzeb or Zivzeb.
Zivzeb.
Zivzeb. Does Zivzeb the altar? I was like, you didn't tell me about the fucking basilisk.
I told you they had a new god.
Oh no. Oh no. The basilisk is God? Baroom then sits for however long it takes on the walkie-talkie button. The basilisk is the god. Over. I mean, Roger. No, say Roger. Over.
Please take the hero point.
The basilisk is God. I repeat, the basilisk is God.
Oh god, that's an ad quote.
Yeah, so Baroom's prepared to, if they feel like hands on the hood, just like, oh, this is the moment, eyes closed.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I guess I gotta
When
hey, stream mode is enabled. Cool.
when do we want to start this? Are we
the-
waiting for the lizard? The
plan as communicated to you was that Zivzeb would eat Hrolkaz.
And that's going to be a pretty defining moment of, I am prepared to, hop in there. This is the moment.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna stop asking any further preparations because I feel like you guys just keep thinking of shit, and this is about 5 minutes. It's not it's not an eternity.
Yeah.
Hrolkaz reaches a crescendo in the sermon, I suppose, and you do catch the name Zevzavigeb several times over the course of this sermon, and at the crescendo takes a step forward, puts a hand on the bag on Baroom's head. Also, I just realized that your head is this wide, and that's a very large bag.
They had to go through a couple bags.
Right. Some unfortunate seamstress has to sew 3 bags together real quick. Puts a hand on the bag, and then Baroom, suddenly the altar just slurps out from under you, and you roll towards the basilisk as the altar suddenly tilts and shifts and wraps its entire mass around Hrolkaz. And chaos ensues, and we're going to roll initiative.
Yeah. Okay.
Activate the scene. Deselect so I can make that visible. And we're going to add a whole lot of things to initiative. But not the companions, because they don't count.
They never do.
They never do.
Oh, no, harmlessly cute only helps if I was using it at the time.
Uh-huh. There's prone.
Fuck me.
Let's roll some NPCs. Why aren't you rolling pixels? Oh, I turned pixels off. That's why. Aha. Enable pixels dice? No. Configure dice. D20 should roll with pixels. Okay.
I don't like that Broadcast has 2 H's.
Does it?
Where do you?
Oh god, I didn't even
Oh.
realize that. Wait, is that true?
I just
Oh
erased.
god, it is.
I just erased that in my brain when I read it. How did you even notice? I truly
Because it's different from my notes, okay?
I need to scroll. Like, I feel like I put that in chat. When I was
I believe you did.
like,
And also, your brain erased the second H because it's clearly wrong.
no, I didn't put it in chat. I put Zivzeb and Zevzavigeb in chat, but not Hrolkaz. Also, Krohan didn't roll. Why isn't it rolling with my pixels? Did my pixels connect? They're connected. Hang on, I'm just gonna do a random thing. Hit attack. Roll. No, it's not. It's not doing the thing. Well, I guess I'm not using pixels today because I don't feel like figuring it out. So, initiative is happening. Holy fuck, Grom got a 30? Okay. Sure. I'm just gonna move that over a little bit. Okay. Alright. Well.
Wait, where'd you roll?
What do you what?
Oh, 19. Okay, I was like, how did you get a 30 and it's not green? 19. That would track.
Yeah, Grom's an expert in perception. Actually, everyone's an expert in perception. But Grom is wisdom based.
Wisdom based. Big brain. Big eyes. I have big eyes, but not like Baroom's big eyes. You know, different big eyes.
I have accentuated eyes. That is to say, I can put water droplets over them.
I should switch to the combat scene. And what is going on here? Why can't... What the... Okay, I'm gonna...
So what does the little staircase mean? I can't figure that out.
Prone. You are prone.
Ah, there it is.
Why is the map not loading?
Our map loaded eventually. Oh no, but the token's loaded for you. That's weird. I didn't have that problem.
I'm just gonna pull stream off the scene and pull it back. Pull to scene. There we go.
Sometimes gets borked.
Sometimes gets borked. Alright. So.
I am going to reach over and touch Krohan's pick.
Okay.
His deadly pick?
Cast runic weapon.
Pick.
Krohan's gonna...
I dragged runic weapon onto Krohan. It's like, what weapon do you want to put this on?
Mm-hmm. It's great.
It's so cool.
Foundry is great.
Specifically Pathfinder Foundry. Like, there's like zero automation in D&D Foundry because Wizards doesn't give a fuck. But Paizo's like, we have a whole community of nerds, and we're gonna weaponize them.
They love it so much. No, Paizo discovered that their community of nerds love Foundry, and they went, "Is this what you want?" And the community went, "Yeah." I don't know if you've noticed.
Everything is volunteer. This is
I know.
Yeah.
Paizo just like rolled up on it, and they went, "Hey, it seems like all of you guys really like this." And the community went, "Do you want to see what we did?" And they went, "Oh yeah, that's all allowed. Keep going. We like it."
And that's Saul, right?
Yes, that is Saul. Here, let me make his name visible at all times.
Is he in initiative?
Somewhere. No, he's not.
No, he's not. Let's add him to initiative. And roll.
Sol rolls a 31.
Now
It's
the
very-
pixels are working. Oh, it doesn't do pixels for NPC. No, he's an NPC. I don't fucking know. Why did... Okay, whatever.
I'm just gonna stride over here next to him,
Okay.
and that's gonna be my 3 actions.
Okay. Okay. All right. So as you hurtle forward, you are suddenly punched in the face with the smell of Zolgaths. Let me just check. Yeah. Okay. I was like, let me just double check that it's not immunity for 24 hours on a save. No, it's immunity.
Yeah, I was
for
gonna say
it's immunity for a minute.
We smelled Sol yesterday or last night.
Yeah.
No, it's been a little while.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So go ahead and give me a fortitude save. Also, whose stench would you enter first? It's kind of simultaneous on Hrolkaz and the other Zolgaths, and Hrolkaz smells worse. You save anyway. So you're temporarily immune to Zolgath stenches for a minute.
Cool.
Okay. So Baroom, you still have a bag on your head.
Oh, do I? I didn't know if they took it off. If they took it off, Baroom closes eyes per the instructions. If they haven't taken it off, still blind.
It probably would have come off. Now that I think
You
about
said
it, as
Hrolkaz grabbed it.
Yeah, Hrolkaz grabbed it, so you probably rolled out of it.
Okay, then instantly upon rolling out, Baroom closes eyes, still blinded. Just
Yep. And
Via-
you did apply that, and now you just got a bunch of wobble wobbles.
yeah, I know.
Okay. So the... How intelligent is Basilisk? Very not. So I legitimately think it's gonna use Petrifying Gaze on you. And it's just not gonna work. It don't work.
No one's tried that on it before?
Maybe not like as part of ritual, and it was just like very ready to do this, and it's
Gotcha.
not very smart. But seeing that nothing happens, it's just gonna fucking bite you,
Yep.
and I think it's probably gonna hit.
Uh.
Oh my god!
Ooh. Yeah, that hit.
Ugh.
Just to clarify, that's a hit by 16.
Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep.
Baroom's gonna die.
I mean, maybe.
Close.
Spicy damage.
Is that that is double?
That is doubled. Yes.
Thank God that's already doubled.
Right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. I did want to clarify that. Why was it ranged? Just out of curiosity. Oh no,
That's piercing.
Arrow was piercing.
Yeah, I fucking hate that icon for piercing damage because I always think it's ranged.
Okay. Yeah, Baroom is eyes closed, like, oh, it's working, and then suddenly doesn't have an arm.
So I did put these two in initiative, and I actually straight up don't want to have because other Zolgaths would have immediately surged to resist them, and basically my thought is half of all Zolgaths are on your side, and it just cancels out, and I'll narrate what's going on with them. So I'm just going to remove them as participants, which means it's Archie's turn.
Okay.
It is notable that they were there and not on your side because the basilisk handlers, so to speak, are not going to assist you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. In that case, so Hrolkaz is basically currently taken out by the mimic.
Hrolkaz is we're still in the first round of combat where the mimic is surging towards Hrolkaz. Hrolkaz still gets to take turns.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't. You know what? Let's just see what happens. I want to use Needle of Vengeance
Okay.
on Hrolkaz,
Okay.
linking them with the Mimic.
Okay.
So if they do anything hostile against the Mimic.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. Tight. Do I get to save? I get to save each time they do it, right?
Yeah.
Gross.
And then
that's 4 mental damage because it's heightened to level 2?
Oh, focus 2, yeah.
Yeah, heightened +1.
Cool beans.
And then with that, I will use Spiritual Armament and chuck it at the Basilisk, attacking Archie.
Baroom.
Archie.
Baroom. Yeah. Just go slashing.
Okay.
I almost forgot. Target first.
Yeah.
Fuck!
I
Oh,
don't like
no.
that.
That's a good number.
Slow and beefy.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
That's Archie.
Okay. And then which of those spells do you need to... Both of those are sustained. Okay. Interesting. So on subsequent turns, you can spend 2 of your actions sustaining both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it is the Ravening's turn. And by the Ravening, I mean it's just sort of generally... This is the turn where I narrate what's going on with the Zolgaths. By the way, I wanted to add this music. That's really loud, though. I don't think this is the track I was expecting. Where's the... Like, I was expecting just, like...
It's got drums.
Yeah, whatever, this works. Sure. Not what I thought it was, but sure, why not? So this is the turn in combat where I describe what's going on with Zolgaths, which is that the Basilisk Handlers just sort of urge it forward, let it loose, and a number of Zolgaths suddenly surge towards Hrolkaz and the Basilisk Handlers and are restrained, disarmed, or otherwise stymied, and it's just suddenly this huge melee that honestly is taking place in a semicircle around the altar. And like, I could place a bunch of fucking tokens and get them in your way and whatnot, but
Does Foundry have a sketch? Can you just like draw like general
yep.
where bodies are? I don't need tokens, just so that I know the confining terrain functionally. Okay, cool.
Generally around there.
Sorry, Baroom doesn't see any of this shit, but
Right.
you know, for when they open their eyes.
Yeah. Krohan's turn. Jesus, he's far. What is this?
But he got a magic stick.
Why is he off guard?
That's a good fucking question. I have no idea.
He was hiding in rocks.
Sure.
I think you all said you're all gonna lie down and put pebbles on top of you.
We built like a mound.
Yeah, like a la like Frodo and Sam in that scene outside of the Black Gates.
Sadly, he can't get to here where he would flank the Basilisk, but he can get to here where he would flank that Zolgath, except that Zolgath is just part of the general melee.
Are these Zolgath special with no initiative? Like, if I am asking as a player, not as this. Like, if they die, does the basilisk go feral in some name?
No.
Okay.
This basilisk is very well used to being fed. Yeah, so I guess he's just going to go here, which is the limit of his movement, and not get to flank the basilisk. He's going to attack it anyway. With his...
Magic runic.
Magic runic. +1 runic. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yes, he did. Yes, he
the
did.
20! Fuck yeah, Crowhan! Runic this shit.
Okay. Let's get some fucking critical damage. Why? That doesn't have the extra d10. I was really hoping Foundry would just do that one for me, because I don't know how plus striking weapon works with crits. Or with Fatal.
Well, so Fatal is the die size increase, so it should only be 2d10, right?
The Fatal trait includes a die size. On a critical hit, the weapon's damage die increases to that die size. So instead of doing the 2d6 that his weapon should be doing, it's 2d10. And also, the weapon adds 1 additional damage die of the listed size. Fatal striking PF2E does... Okay, so the plus 1d10 doesn't go up, but the d10 times 2 should. So, I'm just gonna re-roll the whole thing so that I can... Great.
I like that number more.
Yeah, that's... I rolled basically the same thing, just added 10 damage.
Yeah.
So let's... Damage! Basilisk gets chunked in the midsection.
There's a basilisk. Like it... Oh, I don't know. I'm blind. Never mind.
Yep. Rollcast. Like this. Rollcast have spellcasting.
He does now if he's got my fucking stick, asshole.
That's cute. Oh, I forgot to mention during the Ravening's turn, the entire goddamn crowd is taken aback by the fact that their sacrificial altar just rose up and started attacking their priestess, and as a group they take 19 mental damage.
For lack of religious belief?
For damage to religious belief.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot to do that. Rollcast is gonna try to demoralize Zivzeb.
How do you demoralize an altar?
You can demoralize a creature. Rollcast knows that the altar is a creature.
That considered hostile?
Uh-huh. Yes, it is. So I need to make a will save?
Yeah, basic will.
Okay.
That's probably a success.
Still save for
I
half.
think it was 19.
Yeah, so 2 mental damage.
Okay. Hang on, I just noticed that you can kind of see the zoom highlight in the map top. So I just want to adjust so that's not visible. Okay, so question is, did that frighten Zivzeb? It did. Actually. This frightens the altar. And then Frolkaz is going to use Predator's Decree. Zevzeb needs to make a will save. Wow. This is going great. Zevzeb now has weakness 4 to all damage.
Jesus, Zivzeb.
And Pearlcast needs to make another will save.
Yes. That's a fail, so 4 damage.
Yep.
And then Pearlcast is going to attack with the Ritual Dagger. What does this one do? Damn, that's cool. Did you really? Okay. You suck. That's a miss. Another will save. What? Oh, I forgot to hit the roll button. Okay. That's a success, so 2 damage. That's gonna be Hurlcaz's turn. Saul is going to attempt to disarm Hurlcaz. Because she is holding that dagger that he knows you want. Oh, apparently he sucks at this.
It's a dwarven dagger. That's why. Not made for reptile hands.
Wait. Okay. There, okay. That was... Alright. Disarm is a athletics check versus reflex DC. Let's make an athletics check. Yeah. Okay. That is a success, not a critical success. I really wish there were more conditions. Like, I wish there was, like, disarm temporarily. Yeah. Further attempts to disarm the target of that item gain a +2 circumstance bonus, and the target takes a -2 circumstance penalty to attacks. You can interact to...
Firm up their grip, yeah.
Yeah.
It is nice that you can't just, like, single action. Drop that.
I mean, you can, it just requires a critical success.
It's not easy to single action
Correct.
drop that MacGuffin.
Correct. I think he's going to proceed to trip. Which is going to be with Matt. Good job. Good job. Killing it. That's
Oh,
gonna
buddy.
be, yeah, that's gonna be his turn. Zivzab! Zivzab gonna start pseudopoding. That's a hit. And then in the reflex save. Sorry, I'm like solitary.
No, you're not solitary. It's just how the initiative worked out. Yes! Yes, Zivzeb! Eat your fears!
Are you fucking kidding me?
Does Zivzeb overcome their fear by consuming the source of it? Yes.
That was Hrolkaz's
Yes.
remaining hit points.
Yes!
Like exactly to the.
Unfortunately, that does inform how we will have to deal with Zivzeb from now on. Of just like, if we try and intimidate it, it will go, I know how to overcome my fears.
That was significant. I'm not sure what Zivzeb does now. Like, they have a third action.
Choose to betray us, I suppose. Or choose to not betray us, is what I would
no.
say.
Zivzeb, choose.
Is choose a Pathfinder action? Is that a capital C choose? The choose.
Okay. Zivzeb is going to use their last action to turn back into an altar. Also, I just realized that there was a button for revealing Zivzeb. Like, they gave me a macro that makes the altar disappear and makes Zivzeb appear.
Nice.
So Zivzeb turns back into an altar. That's the third action. Baroom!
Alright, going to remove the blinded effect. Is avert gaze a status, or is it just a thing I have to remember?
I believe it is just, it's just a status. I mean, it isn't, like, there's an action. There's no status condition associated with it, it's just a +2 circumstance bonus.
There's an effect that you can put on your thing that is associated with the action.
Oh, really?
Is there?
As on, I've put the action
other
into my
effect.
sheet.
Look at that.
Effect, avert gaze.
Look at that.
Alright, so yeah. And Baroom's no longer blinded. Oh, isn't that slick? Why am I here?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, like, did you crawl?
No, I think I was dragging my character sheet around trying to read stuff and be able to see the battle, and I may have accidentally moved me. No. Baroom stays where they are. Averting gaze. That's an action. Then, courageous anthem.
Okay. So we don't need to place an emanation.
Oh, it affects it. I didn't know. I couldn't tell. Sorry, guys.
Just gonna slap this on everybody.
Everybody is courageously anthemed.
Does that include Saul?
Yes, that is going to include Saul. It's going to include whatever half of the,
Oh. Okay.
It's going to include whatever half of the,
Zolgaths are on your side?
Zolgaths. Zolgaths are on our side.
Okie doke.
And then... Anthem. So that's a status bonus. Status bonus. Never mind. Doesn't stack. Okay. Drawing a weapon is one action. Did Zivzeb, in their consumption of Hrolkaz, did they leave the stick close by? Or can I draw... I have a dagger on my person. Can I draw a dagger and it be a clan dagger?
I mean, Hrolkaz is on the other side of Zivzeb from you.
Well, no, Hrolkaz has been consumed, so I don't know where...
Hrolkaz has actually been beaten in the face with chunks of Zivzeb.
Oh, they were clapped by a pseudopod.
Yeah.
Okay, so none of the items that they had would be within arm's reach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Music's just starting. I gotta say, this fight is going way better for you than I thought.
I'm.
There have been two really good crits on your side that I rolled.
In fairness, the runic weapon was there, so that's some good luck.
I mean, that was like an extra, 11 damage?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, then, melee attacks that you attempt. That's not helpful. Feint isn't helpful. So then, yeah, Baroom's going to try to demoralize the basilisk.
Okay.
That was bad, and you should feel bad.
We don't share a language, right? Like, it doesn't speak anything?
I don't really know how that works, because, like, you don't know what languages it speaks, so I think...
Baroom is going to underground default to Zakroth.
Okay.
So, I'm going to roll, tell me if there should be if it should be 4 lower.
There should be a penalty.
Oh. So, modifier. No language. -4. Add. 20. Against the will DC of the basilisk.
That's a failure.
That's a failure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, Baroom's gonna...
That was a really good roll.
I know. -5 and everything. Alright.
Alright.
They're immune to my demoralize for 10 minutes. It's not gonna matter, but okay.
Alrighty. Grom. As you start your turn, the basilisk flicks its eyes in your direction and uses petrifying glance. Give me a fortitude save.
I'm gonna hero point that.
Okay.
Worse!
Not great. So you're slowed 1. You have 2 actions this turn.
Cool.
Actually,
that's not what I was hoping.
Hang on. So this happens at the start of your turn, but slowed... Slowed says, because you regain actions at the start of your turn, you don't immediately lose actions if you become slowed during your turn. You've already started your turn. I think reactions interrupt things happening, though.
Wait, hold on. This is a visual effect, yeah?
Reactions the trigger happens at the end of... Yeah, okay. Cool. So you actually still have 3 actions for this turn. But you will have 2 actions on subsequent turns.
Is Petrifying Glance has the visual tag.
Correct.
That's the visual effect, yes?
Correct.
I can finally use my fucking focus spell.
Oh my god.
To be clear, had this the whole time, just no one ever does fucking auditory or visual effects.
What does this do?
I can
Oh my god, you can use performance?
Yes, I know!
What the fuck?
23! It's better than a 19! Yes, does that save?
23 saves.
Fuck yes! Nothing happens!
Hell yes!
Holy shit!
That's great.
I'm sorry, you play music and Grom doesn't get sort of petrified. Please describe to me this.
Basilisk's eyes flick over and Baroom's avoiding gaze and suddenly like feels the heat of like staring leave and is like, oh, that's gotta be bad. Like the, and they're they're already like doing freaking Courageous Anthem, and the Courageous Anthem just all of a sudden they start harmonizing with themselves real quick. To just be like, oh, don't fucking take your eyes off me, buddy. Absolutely not. Oh, I can focus my focus spells.
So, problem with that.
Oh no.
It must be an auditory performance if the trigger was auditory, or a visual one for a visual trigger.
You have to do a little dance about it.
Baroom throws some hand motions in to mix with the Courageous Anthem.
Does your bioluminescence play into this performance at all?
Ooh, harmonizes with themselves via just like the kind of like a cuttlefish does, like the
Ooh, hell yeah.
Yeah, does some weird visual effect on their skin. And they're like, I didn't know I could do that till right now. You're welcome.
Okay, so what is the duration?
I would like to use the 23, please.
Right. What is the duration?
It's a reaction.
I think the duration is like the effect. Like,
because it's a reaction, I presumed it was instantaneous.
Yeah, it doesn't specify a duration, so it's going to be instantaneous. I was just wondering if other people could use that, but the reason it's like you and your allies is if there's a visual effect that affects a bunch of people.
I'm assuming Fairy Fire has a like remaster equivalent or something, and like
probably dazzling, no. Dizzying colors, that's color spray. Has the visual trait 15-foot cone. Yeah.
Same shit. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Same shit. Okay, so Grom, you are not slightly petrified. You are not slowed. The basilisk is probably angry at you.
Cool.
Or
I'm gonna
Baroom.
tell Fetch to give Baroom their stuff.
Okie doke.
So Fetch is gonna use an action to pick up Baroom stuff, and then an action to move.
Okay.
Can't make it quite there, but we can start.
Yep.
And then with my remaining actions, I'm gonna move up here and pick up the clan dagger.
Okay. Just grab it right out of Rolkaz's hand.
Grab it right off of the ground and tuck it in like my belt or something.
Okay.
That is on my person. That was
Okay.
a goal that we had, and now that has been crossed off the list.
Great. All
And I
right.
think that's a good turn for me. I'm done.
Okay. It is the basilisk's turn. What is... We got distances. Okay. I love occasionally breaking out the ruler to measure distance, because I know you can see it. Whereas if I don't want you to see it, I'll use like a measurement template, because that'll do the same thing.
Mr. Whiskers and his fucking, let's just use the ruler tool to see that, Mr. Whiskers can move 3,000 feet across the entire map and back.
I'm sorry it had 35-foot speed.
Standard
You should be.
Standard PCs getting 25 feet is the angriest I've ever been at Pathfinder. Like, what? Fuck you, 25 feet.
Honestly, I think the Petrifying Gaze is still going to Baroom.
Yeah, okay. So I just get a +2.
You get a +2 circumstance bonus. And in theory, the effect will already apply it. Will it?
So, fortitude. Oh, it does. It says avert gaze, +2. Nice.
Because you clicked the Fortitude save button from the visual effect.
Yeah, so curious thing. Courageous Anthem is ticked off, but it's a status bonus. Why? Oh, it's a bonus to saves against fear effects. This is not a fear effect. Got
Not
it.
a fear effect.
That is a critical failure. I would like to hero point that, please.
That's reasonable.
It pops below, and it's so irritating.
Yeah.
Reroll using hero point. There you go. I
Much
like
better.
that number more.
Yep, that's a success. Wow, this is going great for the basilisk. Amazing. It's gonna bite you again.
Ow. I assume it hits.
Maybe. Probably. Ah! It's not a crit this
Ah,
time.
it's not a crit this time.
Still does a bunch of damage, though.
Yeah, Baroom's on death's door.
I would like to point out that I rolled giga garbage for the damage roll first time.
I hate that.
Because this is not a crit, and it did almost as much
almost
damage.
the same. I'm aware. I hate that. I was hoping that you rolled fucking like amaze balls on this. I don't like that it was the other way around.
Archie!
Okay. I'm gonna try to daze the basilisk.
Okie doke.
Let's see if
Its will doesn't suck, unfortunately, is the part of the problem.
Doesn't suck.
Still takes half damage on this, right?
Yep.
Yeah. 2 damages.
Womp.
So, well,
And he's going to sustain
Mm-hmm.
28.
That's a hit.
Sad that's not a crit. 8 damage.
Okay. It bloodies it.
Oh god.
Progress.
Okay, that's Archie's 3.
Alrighty. Just gonna do some quiet rolling. That's a fail. Okay. A bunch of infighting is happening.
that is how coups work.
Yep, just sort of keeping track of how that's going by way of hit points. Krohan. Oh. Step.
Ruin that weapon.
And donk.
Crit, 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 crit,
Why
crit.
didn't that... Okay. Well, that was a miss. That was a miss. I guess map.
Crit, 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 crit.
That's a miss.
Hey! No, fuck! Oh, got it. The greens were a different color, so I was hopeful.
Why are they a different color?
I'm assuming because it's the difference between a revealed
I guess, yeah.
thing and a public one. I don't know.
Fine.
Oh, Krohan.
Skip defeated. Yeah. Saul. I think now that Hurlcast is dead, Saul's just gonna join the melee.
Okay. I was ready for you to say start munching.
Baroom.
Is standing up a move action?
It is. I mean, it's the stand-up action, which is an action. I'm just gonna get rid of those two, because they would have been involved in the melee.
Okay.
Especially by now.
But not everybody has opportunity attacks.
Correct.
I don't need to find that out desperately, though.
Mhm.
All right. Oh, damn it.
So,
That sucks. Okay. All right. Baroom is going to renew avert gaze.
okay.
And sorry guys, no Courageous Anthem because Baroom is going to cast Animated Assault.
Okay.
Oh fuck, I can't, can I?
Yeah, it's a 10-foot burst.
Yeah, but there's no way to do that.
That's
no.
10-foot burst. That's hitting you or Crohan.
You bitch. Alright, I undo that.
It's a shame Force Barrage doesn't do anything heightened to 2.
I know. Alright, Alright, so wait, I don't need the Animated Assault then, because I don't need the actions. So, cast Courageous Anthem.
Okay.
Everybody take the spell effect. And, Baroom's just gonna run.
Okay.
And hope that they're averting their gaze, they're gonna hope that, whatchamacallit is not. 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20.
Not capable of petrifying glances?
Of
Or
opportunity.
reactive strikes?
Reactive strikes.
Speaking of
But
which...
saying your fetch, because fetch has my shit.
Speaking of petrifying glance...
Yep, go ahead.
It would have done that.
For what?
You starting your turn.
Oh, just straight up starting my turn. Okay.
Yep.
How does that work with I was averting my glance?
It's a good question.
And the averting glance expires at the start of my turn.
Yeah.
But I avert my glance at the start of, like... That feels like a loophole that just lets you go, well, it's the start of your turn, so you can...
Yeah, I'll let you keep the avert gaze for the reaction.
Hero point. Where does it always goes so far away? That's worse.
That's
and that's
much
a critical
worse.
failure.
Fortunately, there's no additional effect on a critical failure.
Nice. Okay.
So you're just slowed 1.
This is the reaction one. Okay.
This is the reaction, yes.
How does crawling work? Do I maintain my speed or do I get half speed? Sorry, I realized I stayed prone on purpose. I just don't remember crawling rules.
Crawl is move 5 feet.
Oh, fuck. That's it?
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, then it's better to help Crohan, even if by the time Crohan's turn comes around, I'm dead.
So third action, stand up.
That's kind of...
I mean,
you know
you are
what?
off guard against it constantly biting you.
I am off guard because it's biting me?
Because you're
off guard?
prone.
I know, but based on the numbers it's rolling, I'm fucking mad. Yeah, fine. It's makes more sense. Just stand up.
Okay. Alright. Grom.
I am going to... Is it worth it to do this, or should I...
Can Fetch hand me a sword, and thus I auto get armed with a sword? Is that a thing? Handoff?
I believe handoff is...
Fuck off that. Can Fetch hand me my shield?
Yeah, the first action is going to be to tell Fetch to give you stuff.
One
So Fetch
action total from either party to hand off an object.
So we'll hand off the shield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And did
And
you
then-
draw your dagger, Baroom?
No, I was going to draw the clan dagger if it had fallen near me.
Gotcha. Okay.
With my remaining 2 actions,
Oh.
I am going to cast second rank heal.
Nice.
On Baroom.
Very nice.
Oh,
By the way, healing is useful in Pathfinder.
that's why my occult spellcaster didn't fucking take any healing spells. I went, healing? That's for fucking divine people.
I mean, Soothe is dope.
Soothe would have been dope if I'd thought to take it.
Sure. Soothe is 1d10 plus 4 per rank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't occur to me because I was so busy not duplicating Matt's spells.
Yeah. Alright. It is Stonemaker's turn. And it's going to use its Petrifying Gaze on you. Give me a fortitude save.
Baroom, yes.
Baroom, yes.
I am slow. Don't suck! Fuck yeah. Okay.
Man!
Okay.
So rude. I guess it'll bite you.
Oh, that's so much better! Did you know not being off guard makes the numbers look less terrifying?
Still chunky damage.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not enjoying being the tank,
Yeah.
but you know,
You do have the highest AC in the party.
now I do.
Ah, Archie.
Okay.
You haven't used your Familiar of Misery or whatever it's called?
Yeah, there's no negative effects going on.
Sure.
Yeah, no one can land a will save on the basilisk.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking at, where it's like, oh, like a lot of these are will or fortitude.
Hmm.
And it's a chunky fucking looking lizard.
It's like I could try.
I mean, Enfeeble still does something on a success.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going back and forth with enfeeble or ill omen.
Hmm.
I think enfeeble would probably do more longer term though.
Hmm. And what's the range on the Familiar of Illum?
I have to 15 feet.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So either way. So I'm gonna move.
Okay.
I gotta be. Yeah. So.
I briefly thought
Fine.
Archie had
Yeah,
two
there we go.
courageous anthems by accident.
Hmm?
No, it's just Squire had one too.
Is Squire on your shoulder?
And then we'll cast enfeeble. Yeah, that was actually something I was gonna ask about with moving. If it's good for Squire to be like hanging out on Archie's shoulder, or if it's Squire needs to use their movement to move.
Oh, it's like riding. You're a steed.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. The thing is, if Squire is contributing to combat, then AoEs that include you include Squire. So
Yes.
they can be on your shoulder if you so choose. Okay. So as you get closer, the basilisk, which has already been pretty jumpy, like as people move, it flicks its gaze in particular directions, looks at Archie, then looks at Squire, and its eyes go wide and it looks away. I'm gonna make a will save real quick.
Are basilisks scared of rabies?
So the basilisk is frightened.
On a success, it's frightened?
Yeah. It's frightened 1.
Man, rabies is a hell of a disease.
A silent killer.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
I don't know what this means.
This is like one of my favorite things about Pathfinder modules is they just add cool shit. And in this case, the cool shit just happens to be interactable. But I'll tell you after the fight.
I have
Look at Squire and go, we're going to talk about this.
Now it has a -1 to its fortitude save, because it's frightened.
Nice.
So
It
now
mattered.
it's an evil 2.
It fails by a
fucking
fortitude. It fails by a fortitude.
It fucking mattered.
Yeah. Ah, evil 2 for 1 minute. That is Archie's turn.
Okie dokie. Alright.
And with that, since I did not sustain spiritual armament, it is gone now. Okay.
Krohan. Take it home, buddy. Just get it done. Basilisk has taken a turn, so it has its reaction back. It's going to use Petrifying Glance on Krohan. Let's get a Fortitude save. Barely.
Yay, Krohan.
So let's get some melee. Yeah. It's a hit. That is a hit because it is off guard and frightened. Nice. Damage. Oh yeah, his damage sucks if he doesn't crit.
There should be more of that.
It's a runic weapon still.
It's a runic weapon still.
Oh yeah. I don't know why that's not applied. Like, it asked me what weapon I wanted to put it on. Hang on. Yeah, what the fuck? It's just not working. I think it's because he's an NPC character sheet. Okay. Let's get a map attack.
You can do it, Krohan. He can do it.
He can do it, but that's not a crit.
Is it factoring in the +1 for his? Or because he gets +1.
That's a good
He has
fucking-
courageously anthemed, but it does say it in the little macro.
Both. Oh, is it the same type of bonus for Courageous Anthem and the runic weapon?
Oh,
Sweet.
courageous anthem
No.
is
The runic weapon's an item bonus.
yeah. Courageous anthem is a status.
I just don't know if an 18 with all the negatives that the Basilisk has becomes a crit now.
Right.
On the dice,
Or a total
yeah.
of 28, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's doing runic weapon wrong, so it's a good question.
Wait, why is your... I'm just double checking his capabilities.
Oof.
Yes, that is taking into account Runic Weapon.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so modifier plus 12 means something.
Yeah.
Okay.
That said, it did. The previous attack had modifier plus 10. I regenerated the attack from his equipment, and it increased his attack mod by 2. Somehow. Alright, so something was being calculated wrong before. That is a second hit, so more damage.
Rohan, the finisher.
Not so much.
Oh, Rohan finisher.
And with his third action, instead of map, because it's getting increasingly unlikely that he hits, he's going to ready to aid an attack. So he's using an action to set up an aid reaction. Baroom. You are slowed, so you have one action. Sorry, 2 actions. One fewer
Dude,
action.
I was gonna say one fewer.
One fewer.
Great Anthem. Keep that going. And can I draw? No, that's not useful. No, never mind.
Okay, cool.
I'm just gonna pick this up off of
Fetch.
Fetch's hands.
Okay.
The end.
Alrighty. Grom. So you're not averting gaze.
No.
Okay.
Okay. I've done the support thing for a while now. It was good while it lasted.
Killing it.
So I'm gonna like reach out and tear, and the ground underneath the basilisk is gonna rip open.
Nice. Okay. Let's get a reflex save. Oh, wait, hang on. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to click the reflex button in the spell. There we go. Roll. Do the dice. Well.
That's a different number.
It's a very different number.
Roll damage. Crunch.
Describe the death of this lizard.
Thank God.
The ground opens up, and you'd think it would crunch, but it's like a chute. It's just out into the hole.
Just gone.
It's just gone. It kind of connects, and it goes to the big hole.
Great. You just make a diagonal slide into the big hole.
Yep.
Okay. So you hear the clattering of stone on stone, because this thing's scales are stonish, as it just tumbles down this fucking bottomless pit.
At the bottom of which...
And, it might have been good to try and harvest stuff off of this thing, but fuck it. It's gone.
It could have been incredibly relevant for you to harvest it, but not super relevant currently. That's basically the end of the fight. Like, the Zolgaths are gonna keep infighting a little bit. I don't know if you want to interact with that.
Can we tell the Zolgaths apart?
Not really.
Okay,
I
I think that's a bad idea.
I mean, it's like if Saul's fighting somebody, it'd just
Can
be
you
like,
tell Saul apart?
Yes. Based on artwork alone, Saul had a different neck.
No.
Yeah, the basilisk handlers looked different than Saul. Maybe it was just artwork. He had like a stegosaurus neck. Yeah, I did remember that.
The other guys also
Perspective?
have that. Yeah, it's just perspective. That's a
Okay.
long ass neck.
Ass
Ass
neck.
neck.
Thank you.
Ew, gross. Yeah, but like their gums are all fucked up and his aren't.
Does he have distinctive scars?
This is group of Zolgaths. Basically, the reason I was keeping track of the Zolgaths, the Ravening's status via hit points was if they just got absolutely shit stomped one way or the other, that could turn the tide for the fight for you. That didn't happen. You finished your fight first, so.
Baroom would, for then lack of better things, Baroom would continue to Courageous Anthem.
Okay. And
Because-
I have been taking that into account. That is doing effectively 1 additional damage to the bad team every round.
Courageous Anthem, and everybody that knows that Baroom is on their side knows to feel encouraged by it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So that's going to be the end of that fight. We can end encounter, empty turn tracker, go back to non-combat.
It is 52. Do you want
It
to take a quick
is.
break?
Now is probably a good time to take a break. Yeah. Ad starts in 12 minutes, but we can do that. Thank you, Aren. Thank you, I appreciate that.
You're welcome. It's
Uh,
taped to my desk.
Great. Yeah, so we'll be back in a little bit. I'll run an ad while we're gone so that we can get rid of some pre-roll, because fuck pre-roll ads. As if lots of people show up to the stream and are turned away by the fact that there's pre-roll ads. We have 6 viewers.
Hey! Fucking, it's good to see you back, Chowder, by the way.
Yeah.
It was.
And yeah, we'll be back in a bit. Don't go anywhere. We'll continue playing. I feel like there's like a lot of stuff that I say before we go to break, but like I can't think of anything.
Nah, it's fine.
Okay, cool. All right, bye.
Where's
Just edit and post.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Welcome back. We're playing Pathfinder. I'm sitting down.
Still. Hey!
Again.
Forever?
Sometimes.
Alternatingly. He has to alternate sitting.
Yeah. So.
What do I do for work? I get yelled at by my friends to sit or stand, depending on what I'm currently doing.
So immediate aftermath of the fight, seeing the death of Hrolkaz and Stonemaker, those of the Ravening still putting up a resistance just stop, and the whole thing just peters out to a sad sort of standing around, and suddenly no one can tell who's on what side anymore, and it's all a little confusing. And the altar begins just like wobbling away.
It knows when it's, the good times have ended.
Yep.
Did it eat Rolkaz like it wanted to?
So it wobbles away like right past you, Grom, over Hrolkaz's body. Notably, it leaves behind anything that isn't Hrolkaz, including Hrolkaz's clothes and the Spore Shepherd staff. And there's a ring where the altar used to be.
Pervert. Baroom does not say that out loud. Aren thinks that out loud.
What else is there? What does it leave behind? Some coins, a ring, a belt buckle. That's it.
Dips.
Like a cowboy belt buckle?
A serpent-shaped belt buckle.
That'll go real good with my suit.
God.
Gotta whip it out.
I don't know
real
what
wide.
fancy dress is. I've been a blue collar guy my whole life.
A lot of people think a fancy helmet and a big giant like gaudy belt buckle. Yeah.
Also, like I don't know why, but the entire time we were like talking about the helmet and like drinking out of it and getting your outfit to match it, I was imagining like a football helmet, and that is not what it looks like.
No, it looks like shit. I can't
It looks
remember
like
the
shit.
name kind of knights. I can't remember the name of the kind of knight's
I
helmet.
slapped it in chat.
Oh yeah, that yeah.
Like, dope. And also the visor does lift up, so.
The only way that it doesn't disguise your identity is that because it's what the winner of the competition got. Yeah. It's silver, therefore it indicates only one person could have it.
Yeah. Unless it was stolen.
I could have sold it. Okay, it has value to collectors.
Is that value 8 gold?
I think to the right person it's 8 gold.
Yeah. Otherwise, like 2 for.
Otherwise, like 2.
Yeah. Oh, you don't even have it with you. Oh, you have it with you. Didn't
I do.
Leave it behind.
Nope, it's in the sack.
Amazing.
Well, you never know when you're gonna meet a fan who's gonna want like a quick little sketch. So you pose with them and.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Okay, I actually have an item to put on Grom's sheet. Look at that. Da 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 da.
A+. I like that.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the ravening starts working itself up in Draconic. Just sort of some murmurs and then some yells, and then Saul just smacks someone upside the head and points at the camp, and then the whole group just sort of starts walking away.
Man, one of us should learn Draconic, guys.
Probably.
I wonder if this will put the thing in chat. Because I kind of want to. That's a dope picture for that dagger.
Oh? Oh, damn.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have the gemstone. That's gone.
Doesn't have the gemstone.
Correct.
So just use your imagination, or like put your finger over the screen.
But yeah, that dagger's fucking dope.
Oh, does it do more? Does it do mental damage too? Because like I would personally feel hurt if like I got stabbed, I looked down, I saw that, I would feel extra damage from it.
Presently, it functions as a +1 striking clan dagger.
Dope. Not gonna use it as such.
Yeah, it's a holy artifact, right? Like you're.
Seeing that you have it, Krohan would hurry over and insist on carrying it. And to that point, he produces its scabbard from his bag and holds out his hand so as to sheath it. So as to be handed it to be sheathed.
No. We're here because you lost it once. We can get it back.
Again.
You're right.
he looks around at the group and just like his hand flexes around the handle of his pick, like he is sizing you up.
Baroom, I mean, this Baroom will interrupt slightly and say, Grom, Crowhaunt, I don't disagree that right now I'm worried about it getting lost again.
Yeah, definitely next to the giant pit. Can we take this conversation slightly?
But Baroom would then start like addressing Grom. But Grom, Crowhaunt needs to walk back into High Helm with that dagger. It is Crowhaunt's quest to finish. Carry it in the middle. I see your point.
Agreed. He can walk back into High Helm with it. I want to make sure we get most of the way there.
And Baroom would say, Crowhaunt, you have my word. I will personally make sure that you walk back into High Helm with that dagger. And Baroom's hoping that that is a concession that we can live with. That's Aren is, if I need to roll for that.
It sounds like you're requesting that he stand down.
Shamelessly, might
yeah. And I think this might actually be outrageous for him.
To not hold the dagger?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So let me... okay. So what does Shameless Request do to the DC of...
Outrageous requests go down by 2, okay. And I can never...
reduce their attitude.
They'll get tired of me requesting and be done, but they will still have a positive attitude.
Sure. Okay. I've got a DC.
Ah. I get a +1 from the diplomat's badge. That is fucking insane. Does Crowhaunt's, like, I'm just looking at the knuckles around the pick. Mm-hmm. Did they get less white?
Yes.
I'm not expecting a verbal response from Crowhaunt. Baroom's just like, no, Crowhaunt, you will be the one to finish this quest. But clearly it matters to Grom that Grom doesn't trust you right now. And Baroom's like, and I'll be honest, you lost it down here once. I don't think it's unreasonable to want to, as a group, get it out of the depths.
Crowhaunt looks upset that he's clearly beaten and says, then I'll have yours in the meantime.
Ooh.
And Grom, would you have reacted to Archie's request to step away from the fucking hole?
Oh, very much so. Okay. Yes.
So
Archie's like, yeah, okay. Especially not next to a giant pit. We know you lost it down one pit before, and we're all like, move away.
So at that, like, seeing you begin to move away from the hole, Crowhaunt would like gesture in a way like, you proceed and I will watch you. And then once you're away from the hole, the conversation would have continued to this point.
He wants my clan dagger
As
instead.
collateral?
As collateral.
It's not a bad. That's
It
very
is.
reasonable.
It
That's
is a
very
bad.
It's very reasonable.
It's not reasonable.
You are holding functionally the clan dagger of like the closest thing you guys have to a demigod. And he's
no,
like,
they have so many demigods.
I mean, of like people of High Helm descent, I feel like
Okay, yeah.
King Targic is like
I mean,
the
he is deific in status, yes.
He's not a god though. He is
not.
That's why I was like trying to come up with like a tier down.
Yeah.
But
like there are actual demigods.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus, Pathfinder. Okay, fine. Closest thing you guys have to Jesus.
Losing this holy relic is the reason he lost his clan dagger in the first place.
And you're holding the holy relic. You have a clan dagger now in your hands. Give him one.
Just point of order. He has his dagger. It just doesn't have the pommel gem.
Oh.
Oh, then hand him a gem. Hand him the gem. Take the pommel gem
You
off
just
your...
snap it off. Like, it's set into the fucking dagger.
I just assume... So, engagement. I just assume it has, like, a bunch of these little
You're
prongs.
just trying to show off that you're engaged.
I truly am not. It was an example.
Also, that is a huge stone.
It's not huge. It's very...
It looked really big when you held it up to the camera.
I'm aware that's how perspective works. Things that get closer to the camera.
It looked very large compared to your finger. You fucking
To be clear, my fiance is aware that I am Magpie and went, I know how to lock it down. Look, shiny things.
Great. Okay.
I don't want to give him my clan dagger. That's not on the table for discussion.
He still has the little compass pauldron. Can we agree that Krohan gets to pauldron?
Yeah, I thought you said cauldron.
No.
Okay.
He has the pauldron compass thing.
Yeah.
Pauldron.
It's shard of a pauldron, yeah.
Can we agree he gets the gemstone?
Yeah, he can have the gemstone. That's fine.
He can hold the gemstone on the way up, and then like right before the entrance he gets to do the
He is glaring daggers at you. And
well, he can glare daggers and I will hold them. That's fine.
His grip tightens. He raises his pick and shoves it through the loop on his side and stomps off.
I'll follow him.
Okay.
He's got the thing that directs towards the... I'm not following him in like an aggressive manner. I'm not posturing. I'm just... He knows where the gem is. We'd have a general direction as to where it is, but he knows where the thing's pointing. We need to go find the gem.
Point of order. Baroom will split the party. I'm gonna go talk to Saul and ask him what's on the fucking upper tiers of this cave before we just walk up there.
While everyone's like Archie's sitting there and he's like, okay, dagger, like meanders over to where Zivzeb was.
Mm.
It's just like, these look interesting. These are
Once Baroom is sure that Krohan's not going to instantly kill Grom, Saul, what's up there?
Could fucking try.
Yeah, he has deadly D10s, fucker.
Okay. And yeah, he can probably crit me pretty well.
There's two options, 1 or 20 for Krohan.
Yeah, Archie would probably have Squire do it and continue to just like watch Rom. But like looking at the dagger, like I gotta.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have put the ring, coins, and belt buckle into your inventory.
What did Saul say is up there?
So you're just like running off to find Saul?
If Krohan and Baroom, if Krohan and Grom are going, Baroom is pretty sure Krohan's not stomping in a productive direction. He's just stomping. So Baroom's like, I'll keep an eye. It's a very vast open pit. Saul, we need to go upstairs or up the hill. What's up there?
So his eyes go wide at the suggestion. You don't want to do that. It's haunted.
Haunted the same way Zivzeb was haunted?
No, like haunted.
We've dealt with a haunt before.
Well, it's your skin, not mine.
Yeah, Baroom would just be like, are there graves up there that have been like that's Baroom's reference for haunts is like defiled graves. Did people die up there?
He just like gestures at various fucking rubble from a city that no longer exists.
I thought the stuff upstairs, I say upstairs.
Yeah.
I mean, upstairs is liberal in term here. I thought those were all intact, more or less.
They are less ruined. So
still
like
ancient, still
a roof
decrepit.
collapsed or a wall fell over instead of the entire fucking thing is rubble. But he points at like rubble nearby because it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And just people died. It's haunted.
What when we released Saul, this just point of order for Aren, he agreed to help us. We agreed to help him coup. He agreed to let us look around. Can we like just sort of I don't remember. I know we did like insight or sense motives or whatever at the time. General sense that is even though the person the usurper priest is dead. H something. Hurlkaz. Even though Hurlkaz is dead, can we sort of assume, or does Baroom have to confirm that truce is still in play? We helped you with your thing. You're going to let us sort of wander freely. We helped you with your coup. Aren, am asking if we know that that's sort of the expectation,
Yes.
do. Okay.
That was the expectation set.
Okay, cool. Then Baroom's not going to question it any further beyond that. They wouldn't think to. Baroom would just be like, we helped you with your coup. You said we could look around. You say don't go that way. People die. It's haunted. I have to go there. Thank you very much.
It has been nice knowing you.
Is there only one way to get deeper? And Baroom would point at the pit.
Deeper.
We go up inside here. Can we go down besides the pit?
He just like looks around, and he points at he points vaguely in the direction of what look like just sort of saddle points in the wall, where it's just like, yeah, like that's just where the wall hits the floor, or like the wall curves weirdly so that there's a corner that's out of sight. And he just points at a few of these places, like, yeah, no shit.
Mm-hmm. I've never been this deep before. I didn't know if they all went deeper. Obviously, the pit goes down. I know how pits work. But if I wanted to walk...
Yeah. What? Yes.
Alright, I'll go up now. It was nice knowing you. If I die.
Bye.
And then Baroom, presumably trying to keep the conversation brief, Baroom would just try and, scutter to keep up. Skitter to keep up.
Okay.
But
You told me what I needed to know.
before they go, I think Archie is gonna, where the altar was sitting, is gonna put a sigil on the floor,
Okay.
and then follow after Grom.
Okay.
Your sigil of scariness? Or sorry, your sigil of hatred?
It's fine. Looking at it, looks like blueprints, but then there's, is it a crown and thorns or brambles in the center
right.
of it now?
You try and draw diagrams and somehow accidentally always draw like angry things through it or something.
Yeah.
Resentment.
And apparently it lasts forever if it's not on a person.
Jesus
wow.
Christ.
What the fuck? But okay.
And then I'm just gonna pull out the holy water and run after Grom.
Oh, do you have a... Oh god.
Yeah,
You have holy water and
holy
a
wa-
ghost charge.
use the ghost charge. It's
Oh,
just
yep. Quantity 0. Okay. I see.
yeah.
How did you stop being slow? Sorry, that just occurred to me.
You right click.
I think it was a minute.
Oh.
No.
Like,
I know how to
yeah,
stop
okay.
being slowed in Foundry.
Yeah, it is.
How does Basilisk?
Yeah, it is after 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay. So
Basilisk.
I promised I would tell you why this thing was frightened when Squire got close. So this is a basilisk. Sorry, this is Stonemaker, variant basilisk, and then it's just a list of all of the changes to its stat block, including this entire ability.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh.
That is beautiful.
And like, so there's a reason that that's in the book, and it has absolutely nothing to do with a player having a fucking ferret familiar, and everything to do with pyre ferrets, which are a creature that you can find if you pick a particular side quest that you ignored. If you
We
went,
didn't need
if you,
a side quest.
if you went to Burntown.
Oh well, we ignored it because none of us have physical strength.
Yeah, but if you
Are-
had gone to Burntown, there are pyre ferrets there.
And we could have adopted one,
Yeah,
or
the-
they just the module assumes your fucking PCs, your player characters. You're gonna.
Your player's gonna hear about an adorable animal of which there is an overabundance, and they're gonna like, I want one. Yep.
And then you're gonna use it in chapter 2 or 3, whatever chapter we're in. Your players are gonna use it to scare the basilisk monster.
Yep.
That's obscene, and I fucking love it. But we didn't need it because we come in with our own rabid ferret.
Yep.
Sorry, our Squire is a ferret, or is he a
Martin.
Martin?
yeah.
Fine, Martin. It's still a mustelid.
Yes. It is in the family Mustelidae.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no, like I had to look that up when I saw that line. I was like, oh my god, are Martins mustelids?
Yeah. They are tube-shaped and carnivores.
Yep.
All right. Baroom stops being slowed and starts running, or whatever. Not capital R running. Just catches up.
Okay, so like it's not far to the upper area. Like actually, I just pulled you off this map, but I'm gonna pull you back to the map.
There's bottom of a switchback, yeah?
Sadly, no switchbacks. So this area, I'm just gonna. This area is like a broad overgeneralization, low res rendering of the actual region up there. There's a separate map for that area for some fucking reason.
Okay.
Not entirely sure why. Probably because this map is supposed to be 1 mile in diameter.
Broad oversimplification, understood.
Um,
That would make these houses fuck massive, though.
it would, yeah.
Each one of these is a Parthenon.
Actually, sorry, I think it's half mile diameter. I don't remember. But like on Foundry, this map is 1/8 of a mile in diameter, because this is already an unreasonable size to work with.
Yeah.
Making it any larger would have been a problem. But there is a separate map for the upper area. And I'm trying to decide how much caution Krohan would have.
How much caution? Is it reasonable that Baroom could have the conversation with Saul and catch up before they start stomping into the danger zone? Whether Krohan listens, could I catch up before he would?
Sorry, what? What about Krohan listening?
If Baroom would run to catch up to say, hey guys, don't just stomp in blindly. They're saying the area is haunted. I'm not saying Krohan has to listen to Baroom. Krohan's pissed off right now. But can get there to warn them before they just blindly go in.
Let me do some measuring, figuring.
I would also not be like sticking to his heels if all he's doing is rushing straight forward, because I would do the detect magic thing.
Okay.
But that lets him get a little ahead of me. So be it.
I'm having a hard time like parsing like movement speeds outside of combat. Baroom would need to move about twice as fast as Krohan. It is made easier by the fact that you do have a higher speed, because Dwarf's got stubby legs. I almost said stubbly legs. I was like, nope, the amount of hair is irrelevant. I think if your intent was have a very quick conversation and then run to catch up, then yeah, probably.
Okay. Then yeah. Just get up. Saul, what's up there? It's haunted. Alright, and what's like, how do we get down? Fucking everywhere? Alright. Well, it was nice knowing you. I guess you think I'm gonna die. I'll come back soon. No you won't. Alright, goodbye.
Yeah, pretty much. Basically. Okay. So Grom, you are casting detect magic. Okay. Archie, were you staying with them as well?
He basically just picked up the stuff, left a sigil because he was annoyed, and then
scurried after him?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty. You need sound. It's uncomfortable when it's this quiet. Also, there are just not enough different sounds for Darkland. Like I have Darklands. That's what I got.
Is Darklands just the dripping kind of sound?
It's got like a.
Yeah. Oh, it's not.
I can get rid of the reveal Zivzeb macro.
Zivzeb is everywhere. Zivzeb is life.
Zivzeb is love. Zivzeb is life. I'm feeling unprepared for this next section, especially given Krohan's
Current attitude.
current attitude. Yeah. Is anyone going to try to stop him? Especially having been warned about haunting.
Yeah. Baroom would be going, it's a haunt. It's a haunt. Not sure if it is or is not, but was told it's haunted, assuming it's a haunt.
Okay.
It's a haunt. You're going to get trapped. Something to that effect.
Okay.
Krohan wasn't there for the haunt, though, was he? That was the other guy. That was the other person.
Yep.
And,
other than, like, warning him, though, anyone going to try and stop him?
Baroom would catch up. Like, if upon being warned, Krohan does nothing, to, like, slow step or anything, Baroom would shoulder to shoulder, side by side, go with Krohan.
Okay.
You fucker, it's a trap, but I'm with you because we're party.
Grom and Archie?
Archie has his holy water, and it's like it. Look, if the place is haunted and we take a break and rest, we'll be much more effective.
I would love to rest. Yeah, this hurts.
Because I don't know what are you gonna do if a ghost comes out and attacks you? Hit it with a pick? Doesn't always work.
Helping or hurting? Helping or hurting?
You already hurt, Grom. You gotta, like, be nice for once.
That's what I'm trying to decide if I should say what I'm thinking or not say it. And
How far behind Krohan are you two staying, Grom and Archie?
only as far back as it would have been detecting magic. I'm not, like, purposefully staying back from him.
Okay.
But if it puts me, 15, 20 feet back because I've been doing this, then it does.
Archie's staying closer to Grom.
Okay. Okay.
I think as we approach, I might say something along the lines of, we're close to the goal. Don't let your pride and pig-headedness let you run into danger this close to the end.
Okay. So as you get to the top of the rise, and you get to the section with the least destroyed buildings, and Krohan is just forging forth, directly at this particular group of buildings. You're in this sort of... It was probably at some point a town square of some variety. It's this nice open area that's relatively free of rubble. There's what appears to be a ruined mosaic tile plaza. Maybe even something that used to be a fountain of sorts, but is now just full of moist dust and dirt. You can see dripping from the ceiling is keeping it moist. And as you Archie and Grom call after Krohan, he turns around and he just says, "Pigheaded? Proud?" And as he does that, the mud that is in between the two pairs of you starts to reshape and form into some vaguely humanoid blobs, which are utterly hideous.
Yes, that's gross.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking gross. And they start like reaching for you wordlessly, sort of like a zombie. Just we're gonna roll initiative.
Fuck.
Like, Rohan, I tried to tell you. God damn it.
And
He's very
Steam,
sensitive right
once
now.
again, didn't load the map, so let's pull it, load the goddamn. There we go. It loaded the goddamn map. It's a good thing I know about pull to scene. So
Very zoomed in.
yeah. Feel free to zoom out.
Yeah, like half my screen was Grom's token.
That's a better number than last time.
Okay. Well, then it appears it is Baroom's turn first. As you go to start moving, you find that the ground around you has suddenly become very muddy and is difficult terrain.
Room has never encountered difficult terrain before. Usually their mushroom feet just let them do it.
Right.
This is unfortunate. Okay.
I should specify the ground around the mud wretch is difficult terrain, and it extends to your space.
Okay.
I can't remember if difficult terrain is entering or exiting.
Greatest anthem to everybody.
Into. Moving into difficult terrain costs extra. Okay. Everyone got it.
One action. Recall knowledge on these folks.
Sure.
Okay, so I do not know, and I don't know how to ask if it's relevant or not. I assume they're not a Leshy. There's not like a mud Leshy type thing. They're a construct of some kind.
Leshy lore would not be relevant.
But Darklands lore or Bardic lore?
Yeah. Either of those. Or Arcana or Nature.
Arcana. My +5 nature. No, Bardic lore.
Okay.
Blind GM. What the fuck is that? It's happening.
Okay. Okay. These are mud wretches. A not particularly sophisticated type of elemental that survives on moisture, and in times of limited moisture will extract it from whatever they can find that has moisture.
Like people and their blood?
Yep.
Great. Recall knowledge, and I'm gonna raise my shield.
Okay. Alrighty.
Me and all 19 of my hit points are scared.
Yep. Okay.
Is there a little doohickey for difficult terrain? Like
No.
on the...
No.
Okay. It's not difficult. Difficult terrain doesn't make you off guard for something or something.
No, so that would be unstable terrain.
Oh, different.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
It is Mudwretch. Who's going to move here, and then is going to spew mud in a 20-foot line. So I need Baroom and Krohan to make reflex saves. Amazing.
Same roll.
So that is basic reflex. That is going to be saved for half.
I don't like that.
Too bad.
Yeah, well, the room looks like shit again, guys.
And then just because I can, I'm going to connect my D4 so that I can roll the how.
Is that a gyroid D4?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, doing a pyramid would have made the electronics way the fuck too difficult to
yeah, that makes sense.
jam in. So, all right. So no, I set it to. Why are you? Okay, it's not letting me. It's not letting me do the pixels because Foundry needs to catch up. Whatever. That was 3 actions. Archie.
I think he's gonna cast Soothe on Baroom.
Okay.
Because Baroom's looking
Like shit.
messed up.
Yep.
Come on. 10?
Okay.
And then recall knowledge. What kind of weaknesses do these have? And
If it's mandatory, Baroom would have said it's a mud wretch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And figuring either Arcana or Occultism.
Arcana or Nature or none of your lores are going to be applicable.
He'll fix that next time we get books. Almost forgot to change the type.
Okay. So they are susceptible to desiccation. So excessive heat would dry them out and make it difficult for them to continue to exist, considering they are partly water elemental.
Evaporate.
Yeah, basically. Also, you critically succeeded, so you get a follow-up question.
What are their weakest saves?
Oh, reflex. They're so fucking slow.
Reflex? Okay.
They're so fucking slow.
You would
Okay.
think dumb creatures would have low will, but I presumably because there's nothing there, they have super high will. Like it's hard to affect the will of something that's only single-minded.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. I was really hoping for Will to be down
We
there.
all were, Matt. We all were.
Oh,
Golly.
that is Archie's 3 actions.
Alrighty. Um... So, Baroom, over by you, a innocuous pile of cobblestones starts sort of bouncing and rolling in your direction, and then their mouths open.
Not new fetch.
Revealing sort of geode-like teeth.
I truly looked at these and I was like, these look like fruit gushers. Oh, it's all of it.
So, yeah, they roll up in your area, and then their attack is really weird.
They fruit roll up.
They make an athletics check and then compare it to your fortitude DC. So that's a 24.
That's definitely gonna hit.
That I believe that also hits Chrome. Where are your saves, sir? There,
In the wrong.
Yeah. So that is success. Counts as 2 attacks for multiple attack, whatever. Success, the creature falls prone. Okay.
So that's just barely not a critical success on my fortitude.
Okay.
Yes, if I understand how base.
Yes. Yeah,
works.
your fortitude DC is 16. Because your fortitude modifier is +6.
+6, yeah. Okay.
So the two of you fall prone. I'm surprised that is as... okay. Grom. Bad stuff.
Everywhere.
Bad stuff.
This is what happens when you don't share.
I'm gonna move, I think.
Okay.
Here.
Okay.
Should be good if what I just did
that-
is...
Yeah, I mean, that space is difficult terrain, but... not a
Oh,
problem.
I meant for something different, but yeah.
Okay.
With the introduction of new enemies.
Oh, boy! Alright.
That should be good, right? That hits the 2 of them?
Yep.
But it's, yeah.
Fortitude save. Well.
Yeah, that'll fucking... Not a critical
It
success,
won't crit.
though.
It won't crit. That's a fail.
Yay.
Oh, you just get the 2d6. Okay. Right, it's gonna roll every time.
Yeah. On a success, it's the same, but halved.
Mhm.
Wait. Mud Wretch is immune to poison.
Fuck!
I'm like, why does it say
learned.
takes no damage?
But we learned. So are the other rocks. The rocks with teeth.
So that actually did apply the persistent poison, though. Because they're not immune to poison.
Well,
But
that's
it
my
says
turn.
Bubble Swarm takes no damage.
Right, because
Oh, I'll take
this
damage
was
now.
just applying the persistent.
Understood. Okay.
Krohan. This is a thing that happened.
Well, he's learning what happens when you let anger guide you. Let your hate lead you.
So he's gonna stand up. He's gonna get the fuck out of the cobble swarm. Dear God. So that's 20 feet of movement. That's his whole movement. And then he's gonna draw his pick.
Oh, God.
That's his turn.
Yeah, I made a big show of putting it away.
Mm-hmm. The other mud wretch.
Could be worse. You could be standing there with a bottle of holy water in your hand.
Ready for actual ghosts.
Spew and mud. Give me some reflex saves. Oof.
I'm gonna use a hero point.
Okay.
Ow. You'll note those are the same number.
Yep. Damage. A bunch of it.
Is Archie dead?
No.
Oh.
I just presumed he had 4 hit points or something.
Wait a minute. I gotta do Squire.
Oh no.
Squire
has 15 max H. Okay.
Squire's reflex is better.
No, it's the same. I
yeah,
can just roll for him or for them.
Yeah.
See if I click this will
If you
and he
select
gets half.
Squire and then click half. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Baroom, it's your turn.
Room. All right.
You are surrounded by incredibly loud, clacky rocks with teeth.
Okay. That's so weird. All right. Courageous Anthem is not saying that it says it expires at the start of initiative 24, which would be me, but it's not saying it's expired.
Oh, it says expired on my screen.
Oh. Uh-oh. Anyways, Baroom's gonna screech over to this mud creature.
Okay.
That's move. And
Reactive shit. No.
Creative Anthem. One of these days it's gonna get us.
One of these days. Like, you're just gonna
Creative
assume
Anthem,
no one
yeah.
has it. It's fine.
Until someone does. Until proven other.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Alright. That's the end of Broom's turn because they must have stood up to do that.
Ah. Okay.
Stand up. Walk over. Courageous Anthem for everybody.
Yep.
That's that.
Oof. Mudratch.
It's nuts.
Can't spew mud. Punch and Grohan. Yay.
Maybe the mud wretch will knock some sense into Crow.
Yeah, maybe. Now he gets to grab. Neither applies nor counts toward the multiple attack penalty. Fuck yeah. I believe success by +0. So grabbed and And then constrict. Fuck yeah. Krahan gets a basic fortitude save against being squished by this thing. It didn't, actually. There we go.
Rohan can roll sometimes.
So that is basic fortitude, save for half. Cool. He's grabbed. That's gonna be Mudwretch's turn. Archie.
Just going. Should we get out of here? This seems bad.
It's fine.
Archie
the Cobble Swarm's got persistent poison.
Archie wants to run away, but everyone else is like caught up in things. That one has him. I'm thinking he's so. When a spell has a duration of a single round, does that end when my next turn starts or when my next turn ends?
I believe we looked this up. We didn't, apparently. If a spell's duration is given in rounds, the number of rounds remaining decreases at the start of each of the spellcaster's turns.
Okay. So I really want to be able to extend that one.
I mean, if it's a hex, then you can immediately extend it as you cast it.
Well, just a second. Okay, just a second. Now I gotta do. You're 20 feet away. You're too far. Oh, yeah, it won't work.
You do have Patron's Puppet to.
I do. That's right. I forgot that I only have one
Focus point.
Yeah, because I was gonna see about doing Needle of Vengeance on the Mudwretch that's holding Krohan.
Okay.
Well, no, because I don't know if these will take mental damage.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. Patron's Puppet, move Squire. Squire's going to
Can't use a mouse with that.
lie over here.
Okay.
So that puts them conveniently around everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then going to cast Ill Omen on the Mudwretch by Grom.
Okay. Will save. Huh.
Okay.
Well.
That sucks.
Unaffected. Ouch.
Yeah. Hoping for that crit failure and then just disadvantage till the end of time. And then Evil Eye on that same Mudwretch by Grom.
Okay. Well.
Okay. So that is sickened 2.
Okay. Why is Sickened 2 not a fucking clickable?
That's very frustrating.
It's for whatever reason that one just got the parentheses.
It's fine.
I
can just drag Sickened 1 and then click it and make it 2.
Ill Omen has just because of the font chosen, it's just 3 Omen.
Oh,
Capital
God.
I,
Yeah.
lowercase LL. It's
Jesus.
just 3 Omen.
Yep.
Yeah, that's free action and 3 actions.
Alrighty.
And that was my last spell. I'm tapped.
Oh dear. Cobble Swarm. should
You have
probably-
cantrips?
I mean,
Well, yeah, I got cantrips, but
you should probably refocus.
yeah.
We should have rested and not started a fight in the party.
Yeah. How far off the ground is Squire?
They would have flown as long as they can hover. Would have flown like straight, kind of.
Diagonal.
So what? They'd be 10, 15 feet up.
Okay. Okay. Because I was just wondering, like, if the cobble swarm went here, is it eating a bird? And by a bird, I mean a flying ferret.
I should really get a better picture for Squire.
Probably.
Yeah, no, they're definitely saying like high enough to not be easily punched out of the air.
Okay. So that's a move, and then yeah, it's just gonna use pummeling assault. So Krohan gets a reflex save. Wow.
Run!
So that's gonna be double damage.
We're gonna watch Krohan die.
Could you imagine? And then since this is an attack, I can just do it again. Okay, this die is something else. So that's no damage. Grom. Oh yeah, persistent poison.
It takes half of that.
No, it failed to save.
Oh, fail! I thought I succeeded to save.
No, the other one succeeded.
The other one crit succeeded. I think.
No, it regular succeeded, which would have been half
It's
damage,
just not
but it's
affected.
immune. Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was, right. Mud can't be poisoned.
Right.
Okay, so me.
Yeah, so
I
if-
would
if
like
I
to-
had applied half the persistent damage, the persistent damage expression would have been 2d6 over 2.
Mhm. You do get a save against the persistent damage.
Oh yeah, recovery check. Huh. Nope.
Cool. I would like to recall knowledge
Okay.
on the mud wretches,
Okie doke.
since they are on the hunt for moisture.
Mm-hmm.
If we provide moisture, will they stop being hostile?
Okay.
And I'm going to do nature.
That would probably work. Yeah.
Cool. In that case, I am going to cast Spout.
Okay.
The fact that you're a prepared caster and just always have the right spell is so frustrating. I need you to understand, just as a fellow player.
This has been Jordan's strength for so fucking long. Like,
I am aware.
I cannot tell you how many times I've been like, you prepared what fucking spell?
And I'm going to do Spout in the air above the one that is grappling Krohan.
Okay.
You're hoping it does like the like reach up or
Essentially,
something?
yeah. I'm just having it like rain down on it.
All right.
I'm doing it very specifically so I don't deal damage with it.
Right. Okay. Anything else? Nope. that was
That's
3
my turn.
actions. All right.
That's 3 actions.
Krohan. So the mud wretch's mud visibly loosens and sort of starts glopping, and chunks of it slough off, and it seems to be having a hard time holding a particular shape. It seems to continually reform from the center. So, like, its head melts into its shoulders, and then another head pops out of the middle. arms just sort of fall off, but slough out of its shoulders. What is wrong with my voice? But we'll see what it does on its turn. I don't know how to escape from a grab. How does that work?
I think it's capital E escape.
It is capital E escape. Wow. Attempt a check using your unarmed attack modifier. Okay.
It's so funny because it's spelled just like escape.
Actor Krohan Vildalo does not have. What did that say? Where'd it go? Escape.
He doesn't have hands?
Does not have a statistic for null. Amazing.
He doesn't have an unarmed attack.
I think unarmed attack isn't a thing that exists, so when I clicked it, it didn't work. But also, I don't know how to... Has unarmed... Calculated... I'm very confused as to how Grom is a +8 unarmed. +2 strength, 3 level, 2 proficiency. Where's the last one coming from?
Courageous Anthem.
Aha! Okay. So, Krohan, with the same strength modifier as you, is going to also have a +8. You suck, Krohan.
Krohan sucks.
But it's okay because that's an easier thing to get out of now because this thing is having a hard time maintaining its structure.
Yeah, is the DC 12 now?
What is the athletics DC of this thing?
11.
More than 12.
No, it's 11. I think you're just reading the Roman numerals wrong.
I think he's just gonna swing at it.
He has combat advantage, right?
It is off guard because it's flanked.
Yeah. Shit.
But he sucks, so.
Krohan!
Third action, ready to
Do it
aid an
again.
attack.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of his bread and butter. Like, he has a +2 to aid checks, so.
Yeah, I know.
Other mud wretch. It's gonna punch Grom.
Or is it gonna have to slap Grom because it's gloopy?
Well, this one's not gloopy.
I didn't know how big Spout was.
It's 5 foot cube.
Oh, that's very small. Never mind.
It's a cantrip.
Very small. Yeah.
All right. We punching. That's a hit. Damage. And it is also going to grab, which is athletics. Oh, I forgot to. There we go.
This athletic success by 0 are frustrating.
Yeah, a little bit.
Get dunked on. And then we're gonna constrict.
I tried. I almost helped.
Make a fortitude save.
Make a fortitude save.
Yay!
Get
Nice.
dunked on.
Alrighty. Baroom.
Baroom.
And it remains sickened too because it actually has to retch to lower that. Right? Frightened goes down by 1 automatically. Sickened does not.
You have to choose
Correct. And they cannot go under sickened 1 unless I stop sustaining.
Yep. Cool. Tight. Baroom.
Oh, well, that's convenient. I'm glad you found out they're immune to poison. Thank you.
Here to help.
Out of curiosity, for the spore for the Spore Shepherd's staff.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to be wielding it in two hands to cast a spell from the staff?
No.
No. Okay. It's just to wield it
It
to
is
whack.
it is a two-handed weapon for the purpose of whacking.
Well. Yeah.
And you did prepare that staff today, right?
Yeah, I don't know how that works. If I prepared it, it was taken from me and then I took it back.
It is still prepared.
Okay.
Ooh.
How does that work? That's a 2-action. So, Baroom's gonna. Sorry. From a spell perspective, Courageous Anthem again. Congratulations, everybody is Courageously Anthem.
Woo!
And then gonna cast the tree, which is a 2-action cast.
Yep.
Cast mushroom. But do I just drag the tree onto the? Oh, that's not how it works.
Well, that's terrible. That didn't do anything. What's going on?
How do I click cast?
Good fucking question.
I keep opening the compendium, which is not what I want to do.
Yeah. I don't think there is a way to do it.
Activate action, which I believe is a 2-action activity.
Sure. I'm looking for a tree tile somewhere in or a mushroom tile.
Yeah, can I just hit cast? No?
Not super worried about it.
I create a fucking tree. It's a mushroom, but and I'm gonna place it next to the mud right here.
Where?
Okay. There. Such that. And I don't believe I can heighten spells out of stabs, right?
Correct.
Okay. So.
I can't find a mushroom. I found a log. I'll try to. Jordan, you want to add to the list for me to make
doing it now.
Thanks.
Make a protection mushroom.
Yep. All right.
Okay, that's it.
Okie dokie. It is the wet mud wretch's turn, and it's going to use an action to mud puddle, and it's just going to just completely dissolve into a puddle of mud.
Oh. Okay.
It's just gone. Crowhan's not grappled anymore. It's straight chilling. You guys are actually really lucky that Crowhan missed. Because it probably would have kept up the fight had he hit it.
We just gave them water and told them to calm the fuck down.
Yeah, and then Crowhan, had he hit, would have said, actually, never mind, be pissed. Archie, you're up.
Do it. He's curious if the mud wretches stop attacking, or the cobblestone's going to stop also, or do we actually need to kill those to make them stop?
Is that like a recall
Yeah.
knowledge? What makes a cobblestone angry?
Probably more of a sense motive to see if the swarm's behavior changed at all when the mud wretch.
Yeah, like that one went away. Are they calming down, or are they still angry? So perception.
Yep.
Is sense motive blind?
Yes.
Ah, because you can lie about what they want.
Yeah. The cobbles are... I'm trying to figure out how to describe this in a way that's not just like, here's what you know. They're sort of rearranging so that they can keep both of the mud wretches in view, almost as if they're waiting to see what happens. They're not letting that stop them from eating things, because they are still biting it at Krohan.
You'd be like, just calm down, Grom. More water, please. And Archie's going to. God, I don't have. I have holy water in my hand, but I don't want to throw holy water at the mud wretch.
I mean, it's water.
It's water. I was literally about to say, you just saw how happy they were with water.
I mean, I have to assume you also have a water skin.
Yeah, so that was the other one. So it's to reach into the backpack, pull out a water skin, and then just start. Well, he's far away. Throw the water skin to the mud wretch, gently, underhand, so it lands at its feet. I have 2 actions left, so I don't know. Okay. Action grab, action throw, or toss, not throw.
Yeah, and water skins are not so rigid that it wouldn't like spurt as it hit the ground.
Just corked, right? It's not like...
Yeah, so I would say pulling it out and uncorking it would be one action. Like you just
and then
sort of thumb the cap off.
Yep, and just kind of like toss it.
Okay.
Over towards the mud wretch.
So it just sort of spills the water onto the ground at what passes for this thing's feet, and we'll see how it responds to that. Cobbleswarm is gonna eat Crow with its teeths. I'm just gonna roll all of the damages.
It's one of the only ways to eat is with your teeth.
Yep. Just gonna roll all the damages, and then I'm gonna make all the saves with Crow. 3 success, so 3 half damage. Half. He's bloodied. Not looking great. Takes 8 persistent poison. Let's roll recovery. Success. Wait. Okay. I rolled a die that landed on 18, but also it knocked another die onto 1, and I was just curious. I was waiting to see which one would send to Foundry first. Grom, you're up. You're grippity grappled.
Flash.
You're just gonna spout.
Yep. That's the one on me.
Okay. Anything else?
I'm going to have Fetch move into a position that they can help. So we're going to put Fetch here.
Okay.
Should things happen, Fetch is now in a position with which he can be helpful.
Not gonna immediately start attacking Cobbleswarm.
Not gonna immediately start attacking.
Incidentally, I should point out, is that how swarms work? Okay, that's not how swarms work in Pathfinder. A lot of the cobbles have died of poison.
Can you reduce a swarm to a single creature, or no? You just defeat the swarm.
I mean, theoretically, if you wanted to deplete a swarm to a single creature, you could say, I want to leave one alive. As long as you're not using AoEs. But I imagine that would be non-lethal damage. Like, you would just make an attack non-lethal. But at this point, the whole swarm is poisoned, and it's just a matter of how long until they all succumb.
Yeah.
No, they're fine now. They got better.
Oh, right, they did get better. Right, yeah. So Fetch is not attacking?
Fetch is not attacking.
Okay. Alright.
That's it for me.
Krohan's attacking.
Of course.
Roman would do that.
And he's just swinging his fucking pick at... Oh my god, Krohan, what the fuck?
Krohan! He only crits! Krohan only crits!
What's obscene is that they are resistant 5 piercing, and that attack still did their max HP of damage.
They were almost dead from poison.
They were almost dead from poison, yeah.
Krohan, you idiot. How does it react to the water skin? Yeah, the dribble.
And the spout.
Yeah, and the spout. So it reaches out what passes for a foot, and you just see mud sort of slurp into the water skin, and then dirty water pours out.
It feels like a sex thing. I don't like it.
It's going to. I'm trying to think of what would. It heaves, and let's see if any of the detritus that isn't mud comes out.
Ooh, are mud riches full of treasure?
No, it's sickened, and it did succeed, so it's gonna go down to sickened 1.
Yeah, but it's vomiting. What comes out, and is it a ring or a belt buckle?
It is not a ring or a belt buckle. It's like twigs and rocks and pebbles and shit.
More mud.
A single cobble mite.
Okay.
And then it.
Ooh, cobble mites. How much damage do they deal?
I don't.
Can I give Jordan my hero point? A cobble mite. It sounds like a monster. Like a dust mite.
Oh, cobble swarm is made of cobble mites. It's a swarm of cobble mites.
Oh,
fuck.
Okay.
So
I was
making a
unclear.
joke.
Yeah.
I was just making a joke.
Okay. And then it turns into a puddle.
Cool.
And that's the end of that. The cobble swarm's fucking dead. Krohan wordlessly
No longer
starts
grappled.
bandaging himself.
Baroom's gonna
Like,
look.
let's say Archie's like, maybe we don't do that right on top of the thing that was just trying to kill you.
I mean, he
down the hill.
literally just sits down and just picks up a mite, and, like a dead cobble mite, and just tosses it.
I'm gonna drop a couple more puddles onto these things just to
Keep him happy.
sate them for a while.
You can make a creek with it, right? Spout? It says, like, you can make a small body of water.
No, if it is done over a body of water, it can get bigger.
There's something in Spout I saw about a pond or something. I was like,
you
what?
can change this spell's area to a 5-foot burst, provided you center the burst in a body of water. This body of water can be as small as a pond or creek, but not as small as a puddle or bathtub.
Got you.
So it is a 5-foot cube unless you've got water that you're making explode outwards.
Okay. Baroom has no healing capability, so Baroom will just sit despondently and go, help.
Okay.
I'll move to help Baroom first.
No, Baroom would stop and hide. You have to fix Krohan. You fix this. You fuck this up, Grom. You fix it.
I did no such thing. Krohan was being pig-headed. I stand by what I said.
He's gonna stand off in the corner, just like, y'all be crazy. Ground just tried to kill us.
Grounded.
The mushrooms tried to kill us. The lizards tried to kill us. The cockroaches tried to kill us. What hasn't tried to kill us?
That's all.
Rohan.
Yeah.
Fucking respect him for it. The assassin tried to kill us.
Baroom, are
I
you
aided
actually
him
like
first.
vocally defending Krohan, or is this out of character?
No, Baroom, not in those exact words,
Okay.
but Baroom would be like, if Grom is going to treat wounds on Baroom first, Baroom would do the hushed, you need to make this up with him. You know how hard he's been working on this. You know how he's feeling. You wouldn't leave your clan dagger. You guys need to compromise. Look what he almost did because you made him feel
You
like
realize I helped him before I helped myself against those things, right?
and clearly you guys need to talk it out. Baroom is advocating for clear and open, healthy communication between two dwarves that are angry at each other, and it's not going to end well, but I would like it on the record.
Yeah, if you don't want me to fix your wounds, I'll fix my own. That's fine. I have plenty.
Just to be clear, I did state while Grom is fixing Baroom.
Oh, okay. I thought you were pushing me off of you to go fix Krohan instead.
No. Because
Also, everyone is fucked up. Everyone is at like half health.
Proportionally speaking, I do believe Grom is worse than Baroom.
Very much so, yeah. I think Grom is actually the worst off in the party.
Eh.
But you have that thing where we're not immune to healing, right? Or we're not immune to your treat wounds?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Grom just... Krohan don't give a shit. But we can...
Yeah, he doesn't want my help right now. This is fine.
Yep. But we can handle all that math and minutia next time on Pathfinder. I feel like emotional distress, anger dwarf is a great place to stop.
Is that the name of the next episode?
It is now.
Emotional distress anger dwarf, the episode.
As soon as actually, I'm gonna just change the stream title right now.
Emotional distress anger dwarf, absolutely.
Great.
I went to a metal concert not too long ago, and that would not have been out of like question the lineup in the band lineup. That would have fit in real well.
Okay. Yeah, so that's it for us today. If you're watching us here on Twitch, check us out on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, check us out on Twitch. We're live every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, midnight UTC, I think.
I thought, I suppose, yeah, we start at midnight, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember when their daylight savings goes into effect, so it's weird.
Last week? UTC doesn't have daylight savings, so I think it's actually 11 p.m.
Oh, okay.
UTC is... Yeah, it's 7 hours ahead. So it's actually 11 p.m. UTC because America is in daylight savings time because we're dumb. Check out the Discord. It's discord.thegildedtroll.tv. And I will not stop being proud of that. Uh-oh. Why isn't it loading? Okay, it loaded. Cool. Just gotta make sure. Because I'm not super familiar with how DNS redirects work. I set it up.
You just know you did it.
I just know I did it. But yeah, thanks for being here, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.
Oh, bye.